Download the All Star app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now.
Last weekend, there were some big fights in the strawweight division. And the title fight was crazy. So many things happened in those 5 rounds, right? What was your perspective on watching that?
Oh my gosh. As soon as that first round was over and Jan was out, I was like, are they going to stop this? And I guess, because I was asking my husband and he was like, it just depends on the ref, because any different ref probably would have done a different thing in the situation. And yeah, it was really interesting that it kept going and got to see the whole thing play out. I was really excited to see because I did want to see I didn't want this to get stopped now because I want to see how this fight is going to progress and how she's going to do against Weili. So really interesting. She did, I thought, in my opinion, she did a lot better striking. Because I know she's a striker, really good striker.
That fight was
okay.
It was wild. You know what I mean? She said she blacked out in the fight, I think in the 3rd round, and that's when Jan had her chance. You know what I mean? She did a great job in that 3rd round. It was just like a wave. It was just up and down that fight. Yeah, it's crazy. Would you consider Weili the best that we've ever seen at strawweight, or do you feel like Joanna is still the gold standard?
That's it's so hard because it's changed. There have been so many 115 champs, and I feel like I love Rose, I love Joanna, I love Weili. They're all really, really good. So I think just in their own aspects, very different. And, it's just a crazy triangle because Rose has beat a lot of them and then lost just, some of the lower ranked people. So I don't know, because they're all such high level. I don't know who is the best, but yeah, Weili definitely, I think right now is the best. And she's so dominant usually, which is why I was so surprised that Jan gave her so many issues standing. Cause I would have considered previously Weili more comfortable striking. But in this fight, she needed to grapple. So just really good. Just so many good, high level 115ers right now. And it's just really fun to watch and see all the possible matchups coming in the future. So it's really exciting stuff.
Definitely. 2023, last year, you started the year with a few cancellations, but then you had 2 fights. How was last year for you?
Yeah, last year, I was 1-1, so I lost to Loopy in the beginning of the year, which was a short notice replacement for Poliana. And then I got a really good win that I'm, pretty happy with in October. So overall, the year I would say was good. I felt good in both fights, even though I had lost the first one. So really just important to me that I was able to finish the year with the win, get myself back on track, and just kind of get myself again back on track. So, losing sucks, but I'm really not, I don't feel bad about that fight because not because I felt good in it. I was very active, just a little bit behind, and was able to make it up in October fight against Yoder. So and whatnot. So it is what it is with that.
Yeah, in the Yoder fight, watching her face transform during the fight, especially with the cuts, and then your grandma is cage-side watching you. What was going through your mind during the fight?
I had no idea that she was in the building when the fight started. My manager and my corners had surprised me with it. Because my family, some of them flew out to Vegas, and we all just kind of accepted, there are no tickets, it's fine. they were all going to watch together somewhere and just kind of like get a big excited group. So it was all kind of like planned. And then in the second round, between the second and the third, I heard her and I was like, oh my gosh, my grandma is here in this building. And, so then afterwards I was talking to Bisting and he was like, your grandma's here. And I was like, I knew it. Yeah, I heard her. And so I knew she was super excited because she loves fighting, loves fights, loves my fights especially. So I knew she was just pumped, and she was.
Yeah. Yeah, grandma seem like they like that their grandchildren are fighters. I've seen that before. You know what I mean? It's like, especially when it's girls. You know what I mean? They like that girl power. You know, that generation likes the girl power, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh, my grandma is wild. She loves fighting, loves MMA, and that whole they were there a couple of days before, and she was just pumped the few days before in the hotel. She was walking around just talking about it the whole day, everything. Yeah, she was loving it. She loves it.
Nice, nice. And you know, it's been like 6 months or so. You know, has it taken longer than expected to get you booked? Any particular reasons?
So my fight was in October, and then we moved our gym also in October. So I had kind of wanted not to fight November, December. I just wanted to get booked again for the year. I was thinking like February, March in my mind, but the way it played out, we just got offered like a May spot. So it wasn't bad timing. It actually shook out really well just because last year there was a lot with the gym. That's like a lot of work to get that done. So I really wasn't ready to like jump back into a camp until probably January anyways. So we got a good advance notice on this. So I was able to do a couple of trips, which I like to do. The shorter, like the less time I have, the harder it is for me to get out and, you know, make a couple of trips. So it worked out well. It was definitely, it was long, you know, probably 12 weeks or whatever. But it worked out and I got a couple of trips in and now we're 4 weeks.
Nice, nice. May 18th, Vanessa Demopoulos. What do you think of her and the style?
Yeah, I think she definitely wants to hit the ground. She's very comfortable on the ground, especially in like full guard. And she'll do whatever it takes to get to that, you know, jump guard, cartwheel, whatever it is that she wants to do to get it to the ground, to get to where she's comfortable. But she will also strike if she cannot get the takedown. So I think it's just going to be a little chaos and a little bit of, you know, some unexpected, I kind of expect them, but unexpected, you know, like cartwheel, jump guard, running, kind of spin stuff. So I think she's just going to just be trying to get to where she's comfortable.
Yeah, with her, one thing I noticed is that, yes, she's trying to get it to the ground. She's obviously better there. But because she's better there, she gets kind of like risky and wild in her striking. That makes her dangerous, right?
Yeah, she definitely just swings. Like you could tell it's like if that lands, that is her whole body that she threw into that, you know, type swing. So yes, I am definitely aware of those like big wild swings and look to capitalize on those and just maintain proper distance and avoid all wild things.
Yeah, for sure. And you talked about traveling. I saw that you went to San Diego again and worked with Angela Hill and the girls down there. You know, getting those sparring rounds with them, what type of mindset do you have to go in? Because these are, you know, obviously very high level girls and they're not part of your team. So you get to kind of test some things out.
Yes, definitely. I like to, like I was saying earlier, get a couple of trips, like at least one, but usually try to get 2 trips during camp just because it's hard when you're going against people that know you and know what you're doing. So they kind of anticipate what we're working on, like my training partners here. So it's good to get out, you know, get some rounds in with people that don't know what you're working on and that you also don't know what they're working on. So it's kind of like, not necessarily a fight, but like I really like Angela Hill and I really like Penne and the group of girls there. They've got some really, really, really good girls. So for me to go there and not know that, like not know everybody, it just gives like a sense of like a surprise, you know, like I have to just be on my toes and adjust to those rounds and live rounds. So I really, really like going there. It's good because you know them. So you know, like, hey, Angie's not trying to kill me. But you do get like that hard training that you need before the fight. So I've really enjoyed, that's the second time I've gone out there to train with them. I've really enjoyed it, and I will definitely be going back. And me and Angie are like fight card buddies. So we're on the same card again. So it's kind of cool. We're fighting the same day. So we'll see them in Vegas.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Do you ever get the feeling like when you go into these different gyms, like people see you and they're like, you know, the up and coming girls, they see you and they're like, oh, she's in the UFC? I have to spar her.
Yeah, they do have a good group of like, I feel like some of these bigger gyms, you know, you get a lot of people coming through. And so every time I've been there or anytime I see pictures, it's always like a different group. Like they just get so many different looks. So yeah, I'm sure that all those girls go there and they're like, I got to get rounds with everybody because there's so many good options here.
And yeah, I saw a picture with you and Tisha Torres. You know, how was it working with her? Have you worked with her before?
So that was the first time that I got to work with Tisha, and she is really awesome. I really enjoyed that. She's up in Denver, so me and my friend just drove up, spent a couple of days there, got some really good work in with Tisha, and she fights the week before me. So really our time frame lined up really well, and really excited to see her come back. It's been a couple of years, so she's very fast, very fun to train with.
And you talked about the like you moved your gym. Anything else that's different with your surroundings for this camp and maybe your routine? You ever change anything?
No, my routine has been pretty similar to, you know, like my usual. We did move the gym, which has been awesome. It was, you know, craziness during the move, but now that we've settled, everything is really good. And I've got my usual training partners here in Oklahoma City, and I was able to hit those trips. And I think I even did, it was before my fight was announced, but I went down and got some work in with Sam at Fortis because I go down there every once in a while. Dallas is really close, so I'll just make a drive. And I really like Saif, and Sam is there, and we've trained for years and years. So it's just nice that that's kind of close. So yeah, I'm pretty excited with this camp and everything that's been, you know, routine wise has been good.
Yeah. Seems like you got a lot of momentum built up, you know what I mean, with the fight, with the win, and then all the training that's going on. You know, what are your expectations out of yourself in this fight?
I'm just looking to stay on track and just have each time get more comfortable and let more things, more skills show. You know, it's hard to like, the goal for me is always to fight. I want to fight at my 100%. And so I've not done that. And every time I've been, you know, chipping away and showing a little bit more skills and getting a little bit better. And so for this fight, I just want to show a little bit more, get a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more volume, and just really get the win by any means necessary. But I like to be strategic. You know, we've talked about that before. I do like to be like technical and strategic, but I just look to be smart, stay sharp, and get the win.
Definitely. What kind of year do you want to have in 2024?
So May will be kind of like almost halfway. So at least another fight, at least 2 fights, if possible, 3, but 2 would be fine. Just stay busy, get some more training trips in, and stay on track and enjoy it.
You know, you've only had 4 fights and you debuted in what, 2022? So it's like, it hasn't been very long, right? In the UFC.
Right. It's not even been 2 years. So, yeah, just take my time. I'm not in a rush, and just kind of like, I enjoy watching how the division shakes out and all the matchups. I really love to watch. So just keep myself on track and watch the rest of the division put on good shows, and that's it.
Yeah, kind of stay in the shadows in the division a little bit, you know, and win a couple, and then be like, okay, I'm ready for, you know.
Yeah, I definitely I've got goals of, you know, working my way back up into the rankings and whatnot. But again, no rush. those fights will come, and I'll be ready for them when they're here.
Well, you got one coming up, May 18th, UFC Fight Night in Las Vegas. Emily, thank you so much for taking the time, and yeah, it's been great to follow your career, and yeah, back on the winning ways, and let's see what happens this year.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you always chatting. It's nice to talk to you.